Drake London, get 1 touchdown, receiving or rushing. I like that. They've been targeting Drake London a lot in the red zone. Drake London had a touchdown reception, I believe, in Spain this past week. Wherever it was the international game last week. So I like that one. Baker Mayfield, more than 214.5. They're playing the Buffalo Bills, right? That's going to be hopefully a shootout type of game. And so I think that he can get to that number. Jackson Smith and Jigba, over 100.5. I mean, damn, even getting that every week, that's a nice little low-hanging fruit for y'all. So let's take that one. And then finally, Jahmyr Gibbs, more than 21.5 receiving yards. Come on, dog. That could happen in one play for you.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they be feeding Jahmyr Gibbs, I think they feed Jahmyr Gibbs more than they feed Amon-Ra St. Brown. No cap. And so those are my 5 hitters for the week. I got Travis Kelce, 43.5 yards receiving. Drake London, more than 0.5 touchdowns, just 1 touchdown. Baker Mayfield, 214.5 passing yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, more than 100.5 receiving yards. And Jahmyr Gibbs, more than 21.5 receiving yards. Those are the 5 hitters.
See, what do you think about A.J. Brown in this Eagles situation?
I think that the Eagles should have moved him. He's become a bad culture fit for the Eagles, and that's a fact. But the Eagles have also become bad for A.J. Brown. It's not just all A.J. Brown's fault. Like, it is absurd for them to roll out there and not try to feed A.J. Brown the ball, or try not intentionally feed Devonta Smith the ball. Like, both of those things are absurd, you know. And I mean, I don't see a path for him to get 1,000 yards this year. I really don't, because he's averaging like less than 50, less than 40 yards a game right now. It's a real struggle just to get him involved in the offense. And so, do I think he's handling it correctly? Absolutely not. It's childish in ways to do the things that he's doing, like to go on the stream and make those comments. Ty Simpson is good. Andrew Luck never won a Heisman. He was the most elite quarterback prospect we've seen in 2 decades. John Elway never won a Heisman. You know, Josh Allen never won a Heisman. Patrick Mahomes didn't win a Heisman. We're not saying Ty Simpson not a good player. We're not saying Ty Simpson can't be an NFL quarterback. We're saying Ty Simpson ain't no goddamn Heisman Trophy winner.
Alabama fan. I love the state of Alabama. By the way, I love the state of Alabama. Alabama's a beautiful place. They have beautiful women, gorgeous women, good, kind-hearted people. Everybody I've talked to, and because I work in a call center as well. Everybody I talked to from Alabama, beautiful spirited people. Some of the kindest people I ever talked to in my life. But specifically, Alabama fans are the worst human beings on earth. Go ahead, put it up there.
Sorry. They're not as bad as Patriots fans.
I don't know. I've at least had pleasant experiences with some Patriots fans, but I don't think I've ever had a pleasant experience with an Alabama fan. I don't think I've ever had a pleasant experience with that. Man, Auburn fans are cooler than the Alabama fans. UT fans are cooler than Alabama fans. Texas A&M fans are better than Alabama fans. I don't know what it is about Alabama fans, but they just assholes, bro. Welcome back to another episode of Bring the House Podcast. We've got a stacked episode like an NIL deal. We discuss the bromance in Philadelphia crumbling, as well as some ignorant comments that we received about your Heisman favorites.
And will UT be the Texas Terror in Athens? So sit back, turn us up, and let's bring the house, because this week we got a hell of a pod.
What is the key for the Broncos to defeat the Chiefs this weekend?
That is a very interesting question. The Chiefs pose a significant issue for the Denver Broncos in that they don't have a true number one receiver in terms of targets and, like a focal point of an offense. They're really a team that's made their marker at spreading the football around. Between Worthy, Travis Kelce, and now that Rashid Rice has come back, they really spread the ball around. So who are they going to put Patrick Surtain on? You know, and so that's not. And then particularly if you say, okay, let's put Patrick Surtain on Rasheed Rice moves around. Like in terms of out of the backfield, getting handoffs, XYZ. Like, what is that going to look like? The matchups in that game are going to be crazy. So, what I would say would be the keys is I think that strategically, they're gonna the Kansas City Chiefs are gonna go after that number 2 corner they have, Riley Moss. So I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to go after Riley Moss. He this season is kind of at the top of the league in terms of pass interference and defensive holding. And so I think the key for the Denver Broncos is going to be them being able to hide him in coverage and hide him in the secondary and try to minimize the Kansas City Chiefs dialing up plays that are targeting Riley Moss. And it's another key I have. They're going to need to be able to get an effective pass rush and cage rush Patrick Mahomes, because that a lot of their plays, that their explosives come from Mahomes making plays and buying time. So cage rush is going to be really important this week. And in addition, on offense, I think a run game is going to be viable as well. You definitely don't want to get in the shootout with the Kansas City. You want to try to get the ball to RJ Harvey and whoever else running backs that they can find, that they can get the ball to and be productive in that manner. So the 3 keys I have is figuring out what matchups you're going to use with Patrick Surtain and hiding Riley Moss, cage rushing the Kansas City Chiefs, and having an effective run game.
Yeah, no, definitely understand. I definitely completely agree with you. Yeah, you cannot overlook that defense, though, from the Denver Broncos. They have one of the top defenses in the league. That pass rush seems to be unblockable with Bonito and the other edge rusher as well. As you stated, they have PS2 on the outside. Riley Moss, he's doing his job. Yeah, that defense definitely has to step up and be the catalyst this week. And in my opinion, the offense has to come alive earlier. The offense has been lagging behind in the beginning of games for the past, pretty much the entire season. Look at it. They had to come back 30 something points. I believe it's 33 points, 33, 34 points in the fourth quarter against the New York Giants. And they're not a bad team, but they had to come back from that much against the New York Giants. They also started slow last game as well. And even the running back there for the Broncos, Dobbins, J.K. Dobbs, even he addressed it last game in an after the game interview. He stated here that they have to help out that defense. In the wise words of A.J. Brown, I want to be helpful to my defense as well. So I believe that offense has to wake up and play a full 4 quarters, and that defense has to continue to be the strong suit of the team. And that's what they will need to go ahead and win against Kansas City.
I definitely agree with you. I think that better than anything that I said was that, they got to start early, because you don't want to get in a situation where any given Sunday, Patrick Mahomes can go tit for tat. Like, you don't want to give Patrick Mahomes a 1 touchdown, 10-point lead and just, be beholden to, being able to get enough stops to catch up to Patrick Mahomes. That's not a good spot to be in. So that's definitely a major key that you brought up.
Yeah, definitely. PT, who will show up in this week's matchup with the Bears and the Vikings? J.J. McCarthy or Caleb Williams?
Is it too early to admit that I was wrong about J.J. McCarthy? Is it too early to admit that I would have drafted a bust in J.J. McCarthy? We're getting to that territory, and I like both guys, Caleb Williams and J.J. McCarthy. I think the Bears are pretty hot right now. I think they won like 6 out of the last 7 or something like that. Some crazy stat. They only have 6 wins on the year. Maybe it's 5 out of the last 7. But they're really, really playing well as a whole team, not specifically just Caleb Williams, but overall they're playing well. And so I'm going to say that Caleb Williams is going to be the guy that shows up and leads his team to victory in that game, even though they're going to be playing on the road in Minnesota, and Minnesota is a 3-point favorite.
Well, I don't think that you're giving J.J. McCarthy enough time to develop. Caleb Williams is in his second full year, so of course he's going to look better than J.J. McCarthy. This is the first time J.J. McCarthy is experiencing really NFL defenses in live action. So I definitely understand that he's struggling, but his coach is the quarterback whisperer. His coach turned around Sam Darnold's career. So I do believe that J.J. McCarthy is going to need a little bit more time, just like we gave, or I'm sorry, not we, just like you, the Justin Field fans, gave him time to develop, and he
No.
became garbage. I believe that we should give JJ McCarthy time, and also JJ McCarthy is very young, so of course Caleb Williams is going to look better in this game, but hopefully the spread is correct and Minnesota does come through, because even the way that the Bears are winning, I don't feel like it's sustainable. They're winning in these dramatic fashion games, and it isn't like a dominant performance from the Bears. They're always either trying to come back or attempting to establish some consistency. So I believe that Caleb will be the better quarterback in this matchup, but not for long. JJ McCarthy is going to be a good quarterback someday. We just have to give him time.
Do you think he'll be a better quarterback with Minnesota? Like, you think he's the franchise quarterback there?
Yeah, he's very, very young. The reason they drafted him is because they see the talent. And it's some games where you can see the talent from him, and then you be like, yeah, this is why we drafted him. But of course, there's growing pains. There's other games where you be like, yo, did we draft a bust? We should have drafted this person. We should have drafted this person. So they drafted him for the long term. They didn't draft him for his first season. So I believe that he will be a good quarterback for the Vikings someday. It just won't be this season.
One of the things that I liked about him coming out was his anticipatory throws and his ability to fit balls in tight windows. But that's specifically, it's not something that has translated to this level because he's holding the ball. He's holding it. He's not really that confident. In order to do both of those things, make anticipatory throws and fit the ball in tight windows, you have to be confident in what you see and pull the trigger. And right now he's struggling to pull the trigger. So in the same way that Justin Fields struggles to pull the trigger, in the same way early on Sam Darnold couldn't pull the trigger, I think there's some conflict there with the timeline of whether or not JJ McCarthy can get good enough soon enough to be the franchise quarterback for the Vikings, especially with the prime of Justin Jefferson's career being right here, right now.
Yeah, I can see where he comes from. The kid is only 22, though. Just looked up his age. The kid is 22. The kid has a lot of time to grow. He has at least 8 more years before he turns 30. So, and I believe the prime of a quarterback is from. I don't think they'll give him that long of a leash.
They got a ready-to-win defense, and they got a wide receiver whose archetype may or may not age well. There is an age risk to the archetype that Justin Jefferson has because he's not the elite athlete. He's the route running guy. And if he loses the twitch that he does have, we're looking at a glorified tight end.
I mean, Cooper Kupp still got a little left in the tank, and he's up there. Adam Thielen still have a little bit. I know. I'm just saying they kind of have that archetype as route runners. They aren't known for Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp. These guys aren't known for being amazing athletes, but they still have, and they still show that they can go ahead and progress along with the game in these elite athletes. So I don't believe that his archetype will age out as quickly as you think. Of course, they won't give JJ McCarthy an 8-year leash, but definitely a 2 to 3 year leash. They at least have to give him, because it will hurt. It will hurt for them to draft him so high and then go ahead and get rid of him in the next 2 years, and he fully develops. And like the Browns looking at Baker Mayfield and the Bucs uniform, for the Vikings to be looking at JJ McCarthy another uniform excelling, that would definitely hurt. So yeah, I believe he needs some more time.
I agree. But like Kevin O'Connell was like the coach of the year a couple of years ago. They can't wait on a quarterback, bro. I don't think they can. I really don't.
I mean, they don't have a choice. They drafted him that high unless they.
Let me put it to you this way. Let's ask the elephant in the room on this team, this subject, this quarterback. Do you think they regret getting rid of Kirk Cousins? Would they rather have Kirk Cousins right now today, or would they rather be struggling through JJ McCarthy?
I believe they'd rather be struggling through JJ McCarthy. The reason that is because Kirk Cousins gonna give you between 10 and 14. I'm gonna say 10 and 14 wins a year in a regular season and fold in the playoffs. If you know somebody gonna fold in the playoffs, why we keep banging our head against the wall expecting a different result?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's to say that JJ won't turn into a Josh Allen next year? I know, I understand they're not comparable at all. But what I'm saying is leap from being mediocre to subpar all the way up to being a great quarterback. So
I don't think he got
give
that
the
kind of
kid
pop in his
time.
bat, though. I don't think he got that kind of pop in his bat though. Like he has a high floor and not so much of a high ceiling. Whereas like a Caleb Williams, for example, has a lower floor but a higher ceiling. So what is ready to go prime JJ McCarthy all the way developed really look like compared to what an elite quarterback looks like across the NFL? I don't know. I just don't know if that's worth the time. I think it's worth asking the question.
It's too early, man. It's way too early. This is his second year, his first full year of action after being sidelined for an entire year the year before. He needs time, man. That's like looking at Caleb Williams last year and being like, "Yep, throw it all away." And even this year, he not. It ain't like he setting the record books on fire. Caleb Williams is a decent quarterback.
Yeah,
Caleb Williams is literally on the same level as, and it's gonna hurt me to say, on the same level as. Actually, maybe he may be on the same level as Jordan Love. To be honest, who would you rather have, a Jordan Love or Caleb Williams? I would prefer. I really would.
I like the potential. I'm the high ceiling guy. I like the potential. Not to say that Jordan Love don't have the potential, but Caleb Williams is a lot more flashy than Jordan Love in terms of play style.
And that's what enamors people with is the flashy quarterbacks. And they be like, oh, they have a lot of potential, but a lot of flashy quarterbacks don't become great.
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. The last flashy quarterback I know who is going to go to the Hall of Fame and argue with your mama, Cam Newton. That's the last flashy quarterback I could remember who is a great. And then even then, that star fizzled out quick. It was bright. It was the brightest star in the universe, but it didn't have a long lifespan. So I don't believe flashy quarterbacks are great quarterbacks. And Caleb Williams is just going to be, and everybody gonna say, "Oh, you just hating because you a Packer fan." I don't see. You see the flashy plays, but you also see the negative plays. My man, like I said, the Bears will keep trying to establish consistency in their offense because Caleb Williams don't know how to do the basic stuff. And that's why I think Drake Maye is going to be the best quarterback out of this class. I'm talking about years down the line, too. Drake Maye has the highest, or I believe, second or third highest completion percentage in the league or something like that.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because he makes the throws that need to be made on time when they need to be made. Caleb Williams falls victim to, I feel like there's a bigger play out there. Let me roll out. And then you miss your opportunity for a throw that could have got you the first down. You don't need to always go for the home run ball. And that's what Caleb Williams is falling victim to.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I guess we'll give him one more week. We'll give JJ McCarthy one more week.
One more week is crazy. You got to give that man a year, man. DT, speaking of Drake Maye, is it time to put the crown on top of his head? The MVP of 2025?
Man, it is getting it. You don't. Nobody wants to deal with New England Patriots fans. Nobody. But they have 9 wins on the year now. Now that Thursday night football is over, and yeah, Josh Allen. I'm not gonna say Josh Allen is falling off, but he's not, top tier Josh Allen from what we've seen. And the build, like, how could we give Josh Allen the MVP if Drake Maye wins their division? That would be kind of crazy. Especially considering what the Bills were last year. You would definitely say that the Bills fell off if New England won the division. And Patrick Mahomes, even though he's great, phenomenal, he's not really setting gaudy stats. And then Dak Prescott's on a losing team. Baker Mayfield is kind of cooled. Jared Goff, I don't know why nobody really wants to give Jared Goff love, but he's completing 74% of his passes right now, 20 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. And I believe he is top 10 in yards right now. So nobody really wants to give it to him. But, Drake Maye's the favorite, okay? And that's crazy. I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody saw this coming that Drake Maye would be the MVP. And it is pretty crazy to say that he, will be the MVP. But we're over halfway through the season now. And, that's it. At this point in the season, it's pretty much set in stone who the MVP is going to be, barring injury. So, yeah, Drake Maye is the favorite. What do you think?
As you stated, no one wants to hear Patriots fans. It's a lot of people. I turned off the video on YouTube because they was glazing, as the kids say nowadays. They was glazing the Patriots and how elite Drake Maye is. But at the end of the day, Drake Maye as a person, he's a likable guy. Very humble. I got 2 brothers. He got 3 brothers. Grew up with all brothers. I'm one of the younger brothers as well. So him being the youngest brother, he's just very personal and he's a very humble individual, like I said. So he's likable. Patriots fans, I'm sad that he got drafted to the Patriots because Patriots fans are trash to the earth, like Bama fans. But yeah. Other than my tirade on Patriots fans, he's an MVP frontrunner. Because you got to look at it this way. You just mentioned Jared Goff's stats, but Jared Goff is throwing to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has a tight end, Sam Laporta. He has, I was about to call the boy Jameis Winston. Jameson Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 running backs in the backfield, and Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. He has Penei Sewell as his old lineman. Drake Maye is doing this. Excuse my language. Drake Maye is doing this shit with Stephon Diggs. No ACL Stephon Diggs. Mac Hollins, Pop Douglas, Booty.
Booty.
Yeah, and Booty, I'm sorry. Booty. Booty, I'm sorry, Booty.
Like football, but
and he didn't play this game. That's what I'm saying. And then not Hunter Renfrow. What's the tight end name? The 2 tight ends they got?
Damn, Hunter didn't play today. One of them did.
Golly. Dang, I feel bad. And the fact that I forgot his name, and the fact that the quarterback
proves your point.
It proves my point even more. Like, come on, bro. That kid is the MVP. That kid he's a front runner right now. He could cool off like.
Let me ask you a question. Let's just get to nitty gritty.
Okay.
Stop me when you hear a name of a quarterback that would also be 9-2 with that roster.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go. Sam Darnold, Bo Nix. Let's see. Mac Jones or Brock Purdy. Either one of those guys.
No.
Let's get a little bit more difficult. Matthew Stafford. Would he be 9-2 with that roster? Would he be 9-2?
That roster and that roster, because it's also you got to realize that 9-2 is not only the fact that Drake Maye is great, but they 9-2 because they have the easiest strength of schedule.
They do
in the NFL.
Okay.
So,
but
yes,
let's not
I do believe
Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions didn't have easy ass schedules during his tenure there.
I mean, I don't think they had a schedule like the Patriots, bro. The Patriots schedule
if you take Daniel Jones and put him on the New England Patriots, would Daniel Jones be 9-2 right now?
No, fuck no.
Justin Herbert.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay, so only the top tier guys would carry this team. Your Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow. So yeah. I don't even think Joe Burrow would.
Yeah, because he won't survive a whole season. Because the Patriots O-line is kind of buns too.
He's had elite wide receivers.
That's true. I feel like Joe can sling that thing though.
Yeah, he can. No disrespect, but we gonna put Drake. So Drake Maye is the 5th best quarterback in the NFL overall. Drake Maye is officially entered the elite realm of quarterback play in the NFL. He's up there.
If we going based off of this season
and Jackson.
Yes. If we're going based off of the season, yes. If we're going based off of the season, the reason I wouldn't say he is by the end of the season, even if he wins MVP, is because he doesn't have a long track record. And of course, this is his second year. But Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, these quarterbacks have done this consistently. And on top of that, all of them all of them have bought their team to AFC, like a conference championship. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Lamar get to the conference championship?
I believe so.
I believe he did, as well as Josh Allen, right?
Josh Allen, definitely.
Yeah. And then we know Burrow went to Super Bowl. Mahomes a 3-time Super Bowl winner. So you also got to look at wins as well. But
Yep,
yeah,
they won the AFC Championship game in 2024. The Ravens.
Then yeah, dang, yeah. I would say he probably the fifth best quarterback in the league right now. And that's a tall. It's just his second year, bro.
I'm just trying to figure out why I can't have nice things in Dallas. That's all I'm frustrated with. They go from Tom Brady, like they struggled in purgatory for a season and a half in New England, and now look at them. They about to rise back to prominence. That shit is really aggravating me, but we don't have to go off on that team.
Hey man, the curse of being a Cowboy fan. I think being a Cowboy fan is probably top 5 worst teams to be a fan of because of in sports is crazy. In sports is crazy.
Fuck the NFL.
I would just say the NFL.
No,
because being a Browns fan is horrible too. I can't even being a Browns fan. At least y'all know, well, not in your lifetime, but at least some of your fan base know winning. Browns is all the people who know winning for the Browns are passed away because it was like the 50s and 60s. So
honestly,
yeah,
the Browns is probably better to be a fan of than the Cowboys because it's no hope involved. It's no hope involved. It's no hope involved. Like the Cowboys love to get all the way there and all the way to the cusp of the playoffs and shit the bed. That's their favorite thing to do. Whereas the Browns, you know what it is every year. I don't even know why Browns fans still watching football. You know, but the NFL does not want a strong New England Patriots team. We don't want this shit. We've seen that already. The script writers need to come up with something else.
I agree. NFL don't need a strong Patriots. But as besides the point, that's neither here nor there. We're going to jump into some of the headlines. And then we have a special segment for you, the comment section. Particularly Alabama fans. Oh, I'm excited for that one. But, so we can get to the topics here. Let's go ahead and discuss A.J. Brown and the Eagles situation, DT. A.J. Brown recently was caught on a Twitch stream telling fans that if they have him in fantasy football, to get rid of him. He then doubles down on that when they ask him in an interview about his comments that he made on the stream. And he stated that it's not about him being selfish, but it's about him wanting to help out his team and him wanting the offense to also help the defense. He says that in the NFL, everybody has to get better. So he feels like the offense has to get better. DT, what do you think about A.J. Brown in this Eagles situation?
I think that the Eagles should have moved him. He's become a bad culture fit for the Eagles, and that's a fact. But the Eagles have also become bad for A.J. Brown. It's not just all A.J. Brown's fault. Like, it is absurd for them to roll out there and not try to feed A.J. Brown the ball or try not intentionally feed Devonta Smith the ball. Like, both of those things were absurd, you know? And, I mean, I don't see a path for him to get 1,000 yards this year. I really don't, because he's averaging like less than 50, less than 40 yards a game right now. It's a real struggle just to get him involved in the offense. And so, do I think he's handling it correctly? Absolutely not. It's childish in ways to do the things that he's doing, like to go on the stream and make those comments. I think somebody asked him, one of his homeboys or something on a different stream asked him if he was good, and he said no. He was like, "My family's good, or whatever, my wife good, but everything else is not good." He said he asked, "Dude, have you been watching?" And so, that's like his cry for help, I guess, if you will. And I don't even know if we should say that type of language given what happened in Dallas, but it's just not working out, and it just goes to show you that you know sometimes it's not the best idea to work with a best friend. That might not be what's best for you, and it just doesn't seem to be working out. But what's your take? I got a follow-up question for you when you get done.
Yeah, I'll make this quick because I feel like it's very cut and dry. This situation it's just a diva wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a winning record and you're mad about your stats, regardless who you are, I don't think that that's a good, like you said, that's not a good culture fit for a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
You can be, oh, this is about my legacy. Then go to the Arizona Cardinals. No, my fault. Go to the Patriots. You want to go to the Patriots so bad? Go to the Patriots. You be 1,000-yard receiver. You may even be a 1,500-yard receiver. Stephon Diggs over there eating. As you can see, he had over 100 yards today. So you go to the Patriots, but y'all not winning no championships. But at the same time, AJ Brown, he happy with his one championship. Now he wants to go ahead and stat chase, which you can do that with any team. If I got to run dominant team, it sucks to suck, my boy. Sucks to suck. Because technically what he doing right now can be replaced.
Yeah.
It can be replaced. It ain't like he's the elite wide receiver that he was last year, which is crazy to say that. But they're winning, man. I don't understand that. If you want to be a John McQueen, like you said, they should have moved on from him. That's all I gotta say about that. They should have moved on from him. He's not a good fit. He becoming a toxin in the locker room. This could potentially affect this can be passed on to Devontae Smith, which I feel like if that is, or Dallas Goedert,
Mm-hmm.
or Saquon. So yeah, I go ahead and cut ties on him during all season. That's all I gotta say about that.
Is he even that good? Like AJ Brown? Is he even that good? Is he worth this trouble?
No. I think he's bro. If we being honest, I don't even think AJ Brown last year was a top 5 wide receiver. Stat wise, you can say, stat wise he was. I mean, stat wise, of course, they had one of the best offenses. Saquon Barkley could have broke Eric Dickerson record, but felt bad for the old man, so he didn't. My man sat out the whole game. So offensively, their offense last year was dominant.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch him play, he gives up on routes. He's just a go ball threat. Don't get me wrong. He has some of the greatest positioning on go balls and some of the strongest hands. But he's just a go ball threat. And this could be a product of the offense. But I just don't see it. I don't see him as being worth all this hassle. Personally, I would trade him. I would try and trade him with the Arizona Cardinals. Marvin, we go receiver for receiver. I'd take Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison has been, in the past 2 years, he has been through Kyler Murray, who ain't been getting him the ball. Jacoby Brissett had that man looking.
Came out. I'm just saying, Black Ops just came out.
Bruh. And now he on IR. Hilarious. So, yeah, bro. And he hasn't complained at all. I would imagine Marvin Harrison on the Eagles. That man be happy with 40 yards.
That's a very Howie Roseman trade. That's a very how next year. That's a wash trade. That might be a draft day trade.
Yeah,
Just in the draft, that would be crazy.
Go ahead and ship AJ in like a third or a fourth for a young star.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But then Jalen Hurts still wouldn't use him, right? I think it's Jalen Hurts, bro. It's Jalen Hurts. It's Jalen Hurts is the problem. He's the problem and the solution, which is crazy.
How's the solution?
The tush push, the leadership, like the very calm and stoic leadership style. Like he does a lot of things, kind of small things that make up for his woefully underperforming passing ability. And we already belabored that point that he hasn't really developed into the passer that most guys in the NFL develop into. But it's just like, bro, like we gotta throw the ball. It's the NFL in 2025. Teams throw the ball. Teams throw the ball all over the yard. And, you know, like they're winning. They're winning. Yes, this is true. But if they want the respect of the NFL, the respect of the league, they've got to do more passing of the football and win by larger margins. Because in most of their games, like for example, the week one Dallas Cowboys, it was first couple weeks of the season. I don't believe it was week one, but Dallas Cowboys almost beat them. And if not for that rain delay, the Cowboys likely would have beat them on the road. In a game played tomorrow, the Dallas Cowboys would still probably win because they can't stop nobody on defense for real, even with that pass rush. And so, like, if they get in the game against Drake May, where they racing to 35, not to 42, but racing to 35 in the Super Bowl, can the Philadelphia Eagles score 35? We don't know the answer to that. If they say, you know what, we're going to put Christian Gonzalez on Devontae Smith, and we just going to see what happens with A.J. Brown. We're going to put our cornerback 2 on A.J. Brown. Is that can the Philadelphia Eagles find enough on offense to be able to score with Patriots putting up 35 points in the Super Bowl? I don't see a possibility for that to happen with how they're currently constructed. Do I see them winning some playoff games 27-24? Yeah. But do I think they have good odds to get into the 30s and 40s and win? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's also Nick Sirianni's fault. You're not playing to your quarterback strengths. Like, you can get him on rollouts. You can put AJ on a backside post or something like that. Like, AJ doesn't just have to run goals. And I feel like that's all AJ runs. All AJ runs is goals. And it could be a result of him or it could be bad play calling. But if they stack in the box and they keeping a spy on Hurts, you have to throw. And if your quarterback's not a good deep ball thrower, run slants. Get somebody designed open, run rub routes. I feel like, don't get me wrong. Definitely some of that falls on Jalen Hurts. But not all of it falls on Jalen Hurts' past abilities. It's also on Nick Sirianni, which I don't believe is a great coach. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
DT, what are your thoughts on Nick Sirianni?
I personally, this is my personal bias. So let's put this out there. I have issues finding the value of NFL head coaches that aren't calling plays for either their offense or their defense. Like I don't see how they're a difference maker in terms of, like, they're not having an impact on the offense or the defense. What are they doing for me? Because I don't think NFL players need to be motivated to play well. I think most people would say that the Philadelphia Eagles have one of the best rosters in the NFL. And even like last year when they won Super Bowl, they had the best roster in the NFL. So I think that they won the Super Bowl because they had one of the top rosters, not because Nick Sirianni was an elite motivator. And so, you know, I agree with you. Nick Sirianni is not a top tier coach. I think that Howie Roseman had more to do with their Super Bowl championship than Nick Sirianni. I think you could have gotten Barry Switzer to lead that team to a Super Bowl. I think you could have gotten like a whole list of coaches to lead that team to a Super Bowl. You know, uh, Liam Cohen, the Panthers head coach. Uh, you know, Raheem Morris. Like anybody with that roster is capable of taking it to Super Bowl. That's not impressive for me. And then when you look at if you're not gonna be if you're not gonna be the play caller on offense and defense, you can't have the shit you have with AJ Brown going on. Like that's your one job. You're not dialing up plays for offense. You're not dialing up plays for defense. Your one job is diva management and motivation. And right now, your biggest diva is out there wilding. Like you're not doing what you like. What this should be in your wheelhouse to resolve this issue, right? And what else are you doing all week? You know what I'm saying? And so like this is gonna derail this relationship. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts and the Eagles relationship. This is gonna derail this, and I don't see this. I don't see him being on the Eagles by the end of next season.
I agree.
And
I
so
agree.
you know, it's kind of like the Cowboys and Jerry Jones splitting up with Jimmy Johnson. We're ruining a good thing here. We're ruining a good thing. We could go win 2 more Super Bowls. Instead, we might only get 1 more because Nick Sirianni ain't managing this relationship right. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. Speaking of coaches, it's a nice little segue here. Speaking of coaches not calling plays, you had some comments earlier on the Lions and Dan Campbell and him being a rah-rah guy, but not calling plays and them losing their coaches and not going to be the same. That offense is rolling without Ben Johnson, and the defense is rolling without what's the brother for the Jets?
Damn. They losing, so we don't remember his name. Let's see. Jets head coach is Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. The defense is humming without Aaron Glenn, and the offense is rolling without Ben Johnson. So he got to be doing something right, being a rah-rah, hoorah coach. So what's your thoughts on Dan Campbell and the Lions?
I didn't know Dan Campbell had it in him. And the thing that I like the most is that he used the fucking weapons, man. He used the damn weapons. The last few the offense coordinator that they had calling the plays wasn't getting Jamison damn Williams involved. One of the fastest guys in the NFL. He was on 1 week, off the next week. He wasn't getting them involved consistently. And the only thing I felt like they could do well is run Texas routes and flat routes in the red zone with Jahmyr Gibbs. That was their favorite concept. And force Amon-Ra St. Brown the ball, which is good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a great player. But you have a plethora of guys that you can get the ball to. And people don't know this and appreciate this, but David Montgomery was Bijan Robinson in the Big 12 before Bijan Robinson. Like, David Montgomery was that fucking guy at Iowa State. Like, make you miss, run you over, spin off you. David Montgomery is Himothy. And, he just wasn't getting all the guys involved. And so when he took the play calling sheet, I mean, he had this is the Jamison Williams drive. This is the Jahmyr Gibbs ride. Now I'm gonna feed Sam Laporta. Now I'm gonna sprinkle in a little Dave Montgomery. Like the offense and like how they involved everybody. My guy was on his shit. I gotta give my guy his credit. My guy was on his shit. He got my respect. I didn't know he had that in him. Dan Campbell. You got a little bit more than a little kneecap shit, and I like that. You got a little brain. You know what I'm saying? You're not a car crash dummy, right? You know a little something. So that was awesome to see. That he could do that and that he has that skill set. And to be honest, I think he should keep the play sheet. Shit, the offense looked better. It looked about as good as it has always looked, but it's somewhat predictable in the aspect of we know where you're trying to get the ball to. Maybe not what play you're going to run, but we know who you're calling plays for. And with Dan Campbell, even though he had drives where this is Jamison Williams drive, he still, showed that he can utilize all the pieces on the chessboard. And that's something the offensive coordinator wasn't doing before.
I agree with everything you said. It's not only predictable. Jamison Williams on his drive last game, they legit ran 3 in routes back to back to back, and then he scored a touchdown. Yeah. That defensive coordinator need to be slapped. Who let that happen? Man, if you don't put a linebacker rover over the middle or cage that man, this man ran the same route 3 times back to back to back and scored. I understand he one of the fastest players in the league. I understand. But you can stop an in route. At least make him run a dang comeback or a freaking out route or something. Like, golly. But besides that offense is humming. That offense is looking scary as it did last year.
That makes it better for the playoffs too, bro. Like being multiple and spreading the ball around makes them a better viable playoff team than what they had before. So that's really key too.
Yeah. No, I have nothing to say. They're our division rivals and they're looking good. That's a scary sight. Very scary sight.
They got the division sold up, bro. They got what the shit y'all did on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we should have bet. We should have bet.
Sold up.
We should have bet. I can go on and on about that from every facet, from the carelessness with the ball from Jordan Love to his carelessness with the ball, from Josh Jacobs to Jordan Love not changing the play, to the play calling from from Matt LaFleur being so dumb, bro. The defense, I'm just happy Michael Parsons out here doing his thing, chasing down the quarterback. I was afraid he was gonna get the money and then start lollygagging. That boy still be running full speed. You see how he chased down Hurts when that boy's trying to get the edge? He was not playing with Hurts.
He likes chasing down Hurts. That's his favorite thing to do was chase down Jalen Hurts. Because he knows he can catch Jalen Hurts. So he like doing that. Trust me, I assure you, that's his favorite activity. Every time the Cowboys play the Eagles, that's the one thing you can count on his ass to do is chase down Jalen Hurts. Let's neither here nor there.
But the fact that the defense is our bright spot, even though we don't have corners, and our offense is supposed to be, Matt LaFleur's. It's just, I don't like. One of my biggest gripes with a lot of coaches nowadays, and I blame the Eagles for this, and Nick Sirianni, they are too passive. And if you look at Dan Campbell and the Lions, they're the complete opposite. They gonna put they not only gonna put their foot on your throat, they gonna step down. They gonna apply pressure the entire game. It seemed like coaches, and even look at Vrabel today. This man, instead of trying to go for the touchdown at halftime, this man went for the field goal, and his kicker missed. And he had 3 timeouts with like 30-something seconds left on their side of the field. What are we doing? Like, you should want to be aggressive. I know it could backfire. I do understand it can backfire. But life can backfire. Like, come on, bro. You think race car drivers be like, oh, I can crash today? No, I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
Like, this is an Eagle thing. People be like, oh, the Eagles won just taking the air out the ball after they got a lead. That don't work for everybody. And as you can see, it's hampering the Eagles now. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, I don't like LaFleur's passive play calling, trying to run a damn run play in a 2-minute drill, and the fact that Jordan Love didn't switch it up after the defense is yelling what run is coming.
You seem very angry.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You know what?
I encourage you to talk about it. Here. I encourage you to talk about it. Go ahead.
We don't the NFL. We don't the NFL for now. Yeah, bro, that just ruined my mood. But we're gonna talk about college. Yeah. DT. Your Longhorns, man. Your Longhorns, they got a tall task this weekend, man. They got a tall task. Athens at night. Boys is like 33-1. And only that one came to Kirby Smart's worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Bama. Oh, Bama. Bama. TC, how you feel about this weekend, man? What are the steps that UT is gonna have to take in order to come out of this with a victory?
I don't feel good about it at all. I really don't, because though the offense has played better and has played very well the last few weeks, and when you see your offensive line get whipped like they were getting whipped, and when you see Arch Manning put the tape out that he was putting out in the beginning of the season, you kind of always feel like that could rear its head at any moment. They can revert back to that. And I don't feel threatened at all by anything that Georgia can do on offense. So I definitely feel as though we can hold Georgia under 24, but I don't know if we can get to 27 because we'll be on the road. Georgia's defense doesn't have the star-studded talent that it normally has. They've got C.J. Allen. They've got a couple of different guys, but they only have like 11 sacks on the year, right? And as a team, like their leading sack guy is C.J. Allen, the off-ball linebacker, with 3.5 sacks. The next guy is Raylan Wilson, another off-ball linebacker with 2.5 sacks. Well, hold on one second. It's not so sorted by sacks. So Chris Cole was actually second on team with sacks at 3. So, and they're really not really generating many turnovers. I mean, they've got 3 interceptions on the year. How many forced fumbles? They've got about 6 turnovers that they've caused, or 4, because they forced 3 fumbles, but they only recovered 1. So, I mean, they're not a defense that scares you. You know, when you got Nolan Smith coming off the edge and Jalen Carter inside and Travon Walker freeing up guys, and you've got a Malachi Starks back there roaming around picking the ball off. When like they
Quay
don't have
Walker.
Quay, they don't have. You just want to throw Quay Walker out there because the Packers. But I wouldn't put Quay Walker on that list. But this Georgia team don't threaten you, right? But going in that schematically they still have Kirby Smart and they're still Georgia, and you'll be playing them out at night in their house. So and then in addition to that, like Ryan Wingo, I believe he has a broken thumb,
Oh
some type
Lord.
of injury, excuse me. And so he's going to try to play, but at the same time, like, Ryan Wingo already wasn't really catching the ball extremely well over the season. Of course, he's been doing well the last few games over the season. It hasn't been consistent, and that's our deep threat. And we went through this experience with Sark when Xavier Worthy broke his hand, and everybody was trying to figure out why Xavier Worthy couldn't catch the deep ball, but Sark didn't want to tell nobody that the dude's hand was broke. So Sark this time went ahead and told everybody that, hey, bro's thumb is broken, trying to, keep some heat off people. I guess I appreciate that. But I don't feel good about it at all. And I wouldn't say I picked Texas to win. Would I be surprised if Texas won? No, I would not be surprised. I think Texas will either lose this game in a close game that's about a 6-point game, like they have the spread at 6.5, or they'll either beat Georgia by 10. I think there's no in between.
I can see that. I can see that. Like you said, this Georgia team this year, it doesn't scare. It doesn't scare anyone. Like, yeah, Gunnar Stockton isn't scaring me. Even though y'all think he should win a Heisman, but Gunnar Stockton is not scaring me. Y'all have great pass rushers who can, and apparently y'all do better against mobile quarterbacks, and that's what Gunnar Stockton is. So Gunnar Stockton isn't scaring me. He has a great wide receiver that I haven't heard from the entire year in Branch.
Yeah, Ryan Branch or Zachariah Branch has
Zachariah, yeah.
53 receptions for 542 yards, and let's see how many scores, 3 touchdowns. So he is Georgia's leading receiver.
But you can't get him the ball. So yeah, I believe Texas can pull this out, to be honest with you. I personally believe that they can go ahead and pull this out. It's just I don't know if Arch can do it in the SEC on the road at nighttime. If he had trouble in the swamp,
he had
in
trouble
the daytime, and then he had trouble. That's what I'm saying in Kentucky at nighttime. I don't know if Arch is the key, in my opinion. Arch is the key. If you get the Arch from these last 2 weeks, y'all may 21 skunk these boys. I ain't gonna say skunk. That's kind of crazy. But y'all may put up at least a two score lead on these boys if y'all get Arch from the past 2 weeks. But if y'all get Arch that reverts to early in this year Arch, y'all's in trouble. In trouble. And then on top of that, like you said, your burner who took a screen to the crib last week, not last week, the week before last, because last week was
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks
so I'm
in
saying
a row.
took a screen. I don't even know if he can catch with one thumb, because like you said, he drops when that's what I'm saying. So, and y'all got a history of burners who dropped the ball, AD Mitchell. So yeah, I don't. Arch is the key.
Yeah,
Arch is key.
And it's crazy. Go ahead.
No. You good?
I think that Sark will be more equipped to handle this game than the one at Ohio State, just because of his familiarity with Kirby Smart and with the college defense. Like Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, and those guys, though they have the premium defensive college defense, and Sark has a lot of experience going against that versus going against Matt Patricia. So I think he'll have more answers prepared. for what Kirby Smart might try to do. But I don't like will in terms of the disguising of coverage. Will Kirby Smart try to mix in some of the NFL concepts in terms of what Matt Patricia did and like showing one thing and change it to another? I don't know. And you know that Georgia has a decent secondary, but we don't have the wide receiver talent to expose Georgia's secondary. Like I would
Yeah.
definitely say they're about an even matchup, if not Georgia having better secondary than we have. But I feel very, very confident about our secondary versus Georgia's receivers. Like I said, I think after Zachariah Branch, their next receiver is Colby Young with only so there's a precipitous drop off. So Zachariah Branch has 53 catches on the year, and then the next guy has 23. And then it
Dang.
falls down into teens for everybody else. So it's so like their passing game doesn't scare me. Um, their running back, Nate Frazier, he has 575 yards on the year and 101 carries. He's averaging 5.7 a carry, but that's not really scary either. You know, like Texas took like 10 guys at defensive tackle out of the portal this season, and so they got to be able to shut down a run game, and they've been doing a decent job at that over the last few weeks. So I don't see a path where Georgia can get past 27. I just don't know if Texas can get to 27. I really don't, and I would lean towards saying they can't. And so that's why I can't go all the way to say that I would pick Texas to win the game. I just can't get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Arch is key for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, we gonna see. It's gonna be a highly anticipated matchup. I can't wait to watch. Do you know if it's gonna be on ESPN?
Oh, let's check and see. I believe so.
Mm.
Probably ABC vibe for 6:30.
Because if it is on ESPN, stream East, baby. Because YouTube TV is bull crapping. Bull crapping. But with that being said,
ABC.
we
It's on ABC.
okay, cool. Okay, so it's gonna be on YouTube TV. All right, that's what I like to hear. Yeah, let's all tune in and we gonna see what happens. But with that being said, here, DT, since we're on college, a lot of people didn't like our takes on this Heisman. Some people went straight to race baiting and saying that
Mm-hmm.
you just want to, when you clearly said Manziel. And last time I checked, Manziel is black. Wow, and you got the jersey. But
For the fuck niggas in the back, this is the Johnny Manziel jersey. So let's stop all the nonsense about DT only won a black Heisman Trophy winner, and I'm a Texas Longhorn fan, okay? And this is an A&M guy. So for me to even possess this jersey, I've got to be a real fan of Johnny damn Manziel, and I am. So let's stop the nonsense, but let's get into some of the craziness that was in the comment section.
yeah. So we got those, race baiters. When you clearly said Manziel, who is a Caucasian male.
Yes.
So we could just throw that out the window. But then you also got the ignorant, low I.
Marry your sister.
I didn't want to say inbred, but we got the fans. We got Roll Tide Willies in our comment section talking about Ty Simpson should win Heisman. Talking about Ty Simpson. Actually, DT, bring up that ignorant comment for me. Bring that up, man. Bring that up.
Let's find. Let's go ahead. Wait, let me see. Let's see. Well, I gotta refresh. Here it is, right here.
All right, read that for me.
This is from Zoe. We don't know who this is. This is in the comment section. He felt the need to write us a paragraph. He says, and I'm gonna crop this into the video. He says, this is why people shouldn't just buy podcast equipment and start talking. Buddy said, look at who have won the Heisman, then proceed to name the most iconic ones. Ty Simpson is on track to have the same, if not more, passing yards than Manziel, on track for way more passing yards than Cam Newton. Just say you haven't watched him, man, instead of ranting ignorant statements and takes. Sir, have you seen Cam Newton and Johnny Manziel? So you willing to die on a hill for Ty Simpson, saying that I haven't seen Ty Simpson? Have you seen Johnny Manziel and Cam Newton? Have you? Because where is Ty Simpson's on the road Alabama victory? Where is that at? Where is Ty Simpson's Heisman moment?
They're gonna say Georgia. They're gonna say Georgia this year for the on the road Bama victory.
But okay, where was his moment? The team won. He was the quarterback. Yeah. Where was his highlight? Where was him making a play out of nothing? Where did that happen? Show me on tape where that happened. In addition to that, you failed to mention the rushing stats of Johnny Manziel and Cam Newton, which were phenomenal for the quarterback position. You failed to mention that.
I got you. His Heisman year, Cam Newton, 2010, had 264 rushing attempts for 1,473 yards, 20 TDs. On top of that, his passing stats. He only had a 66% completion percentage, but he had 2,800 yards, 2,854 to be exact, 30 TDs to 7 interceptions. So he had 50 TDs combined in one season. Ty Simpson has 21 TDs.
We go after we don't like black guys. Just give us Johnny Manziel. Just give us Johnny Manziel.
My fault, guys. Yeah, we gotta go with Johnny Manziel, Mr. I guess he's black too, y'all.
I possess the jersey, but I only want black Heisman Trophy winners. Who else own a Cleveland Browns Johnny Manziel jersey to this day?
That's what I'm saying. Johnny Manziel size. 2012, he won the Heisman. 68% completion percentage. 3,706 passing yards. 26 passing TDs to 9 interceptions. Rushing-wise, 1,410 rush yards. Doesn't like he had a TD, though. That's weird. Damn, he had 21 TDs. I'm sorry. He had 21 TDs. Okay. So 21 rush TDs, 1,410 rushing yards, 3,706 passing yards to 26 TDs. So again, close to 50. That's 47 TDs. Ty Simpson stats
only has
400, 2,461 pass yards, 21 TDs to 1 interception. That's pretty good. Stat wise, what has he done rushing stat wise? 2025, 87 rush yards, 2 TDs.
Come on, Zoe. You gotta stop this. You can't just think you're gonna do this in the comment section with impunity. Come on, my dog. You can't do this. You want to talk about who ain't watched the games? It seemed like you only watch Alabama games. You ain't watched the last 10 years of the Heisman Trophy. This is ridiculous. He wasn't the only person in the comment section, but a lot of it was it's hard to find an Indiana football fan, so not many people gave me slack about Mendoza, right? And more people agreed with us than disagreed. That is also a fact. But we cannot sit here and tolerate that you're going to sit here and propose that Ty Simpson is on the level of the Heisman Trophy winners of the past. And if I also may interject a name that should also be included, Joe Burrow. I'm willing to guarantee you that Ty Simpson also didn't have the stats of Joe Burrow in his Heisman season. To give you another Caucasian guy, since you think it's a race issue. Since it's a race issue, there you go. He doesn't have the stats of Baker Mayfield. And how am I naming the iconic ones when I'm literally only naming the last 20 basically almost in a row? And
Joe Burrow.
They're Heisman Trophy winners. They are iconic. What do you mean only the iconic guys? They're Heisman Trophy winners.
Joe Burrow had 5,671 pass yards, 60 TDs, passing wise.
So Zoe is telling us that over the next 2 games, let's call it 2 games and playoffs, that Ty Simpson is going to throw for an additional 2,000 yards.
And an additional 40 TDs.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? What are we talking about? What are we talking
Yo,
about, man? Come on. Look. Ty Simpson is good. Andrew Luck never won a Heisman. He was the most elite quarterback prospect we've seen in 2 decades. John Elway never won a Heisman. You know, Josh Allen never won a Heisman. Patrick Mahomes didn't win a Heisman. We're not saying Ty Simpson not a good player. We're not saying Ty Simpson can't be an NFL quarterback. We're saying Ty Simpson ain't no goddamn Heisman Trophy winner.
he not.
That's what we're saying. Shit. Look, I bet you that Ty Simpson wants to be a franchise quarterback in the NFL more than he wants to be a Heisman Trophy winner. Because I can name you a whole list of guys that won Heisman trophies that wasn't shit in the NFL. That didn't make the money when it was time to make the money.
Literally.
Bush, Mark Ingram, Marcus Mariota. You know, the list goes on and on and on and on of guys that flamed out in the NFL. I think, shit, what hill you really trying to die on, bro? Because regardless of what stats you look up, you compare him to any Heisman Trophy winner, he does not have the stats. He does not.
At all.
It doesn't matter if he's black. It doesn't matter if he's Hispanic. It doesn't matter if he's Samoan. It doesn't matter if he's Caucasian. He don't have the stats. That is what it is. And that goes for Mendoza, even though Mendoza did have a good game against Penn State. But that's not what Johnny Manziel did to Alabama.
Literally.
It's not. There's no way around that. Do you remember when Kyler Murray took the ball like 80 yards in the Cotton Bowl versus Texas the year he won the Heisman? Where is Mendoza's play like that? Where is it? It doesn't exist. They're not on that level.
They gonna say last game that the last game when the dude made the little TD catch in the back of the end zone. Yes. Great catch, by the way. Great catch. But they're gonna say that's Mendoza's Heisman moment.
Yes, and that's true. It was a great play, and that is going to be his Heisman moment. Because, I mean, in my opinion, that's who's going to get the Heisman this year. They don't have nobody else to give it to. They're going to hype that up as his Heisman moment. So that is going to be the moment they say Mendoza became the Heisman Trophy winner. But at the same time, though, they don't have it, bro. They just don't have it. They don't have it. They don't pass the smell test when you stack up the guys. So the iconic ones. What does that even mean? Is there a Heisman Trophy winner that's not iconic? What does the Heisman Trophy mean?
Yeah,
it's a Heisman Trophy, dude.
Every single one.
Iconic. That's the why they got the trophy.
They gonna hold on, DT. You got to bring this comment up next. But they gonna say Travis Hunter was an iconic Heisman Trophy winner.
But I'm race baiting. But when that black man does well, plays both sides of the ball, you not race baiting and saying that Travis Hunter wasn't a valid Heisman Trophy winner. Travis Hunter, who I believe had 1,000 yards receiving and a number of picks, a number of awesome, fantastic plays on defense, and we haven't seen that since Charles Woodson. So so like the last guy we've even seen do anything like that was Charles Woodson, and guess what he did? Won the goddamn Heisman.
Facts.
And so who you was gonna give it to? You was gonna give it to Trav. You was gonna give it to his teammate Shador. Y'all know y'all didn't want to do that. And y'all was gonna give it to Cam Ward. Cam Ward wasn't. And since we making it a race thing, Cam Ward didn't have Heisman stats and didn't have Heisman moments. Since we think it's a race thing, you think I wasn't gonna say that in this microphone? Cam Ward didn't have Heisman stats and Heisman moments. He shouldn't have been up there. And it has nothing to do with if they're a good player and if they can be NFL prospects or first round ballot prospects. Not saying that, saying Heisman. Talking about the Heisman. They wasn't there, bro. They wasn't there. And so honestly, that's what it takes for a defensive player to win the Heisman anyway.
Play both sides.
A down year offensively.
Because I think the last defensive player who was even in the conversation was Manti.
Yeah, that I can remember.
Yeah, he was number 2 that year. He was number 2 that year. That man had a hell of a season. So the fact that somebody who plays both sides of the ball, by the way, this man had 1,200. He had 1,258 receiving yards, 15 receiving TDs, and then he also had 4 interceptions, 36 combined tackles, and 11 pass deflections.
Come on, bro. Yeah. Don't sit here and see what I'm not gonna tolerate is you trying to sit here and tell me I don't know ball. You try to sit here and tell me that Marshawn don't know ball. You can say a lot of different shit in the comments. You can talk about my ears. You can talk about my mouth. But what you're not gonna do is tell me that I don't know ball or that I'm race bait. That I'm not gonna tolerate it. And the fact that you go sit here and tell me that Ty Simpson belongs in the same conversation with Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, all three white guys. But then when you want to throw in there Lamar, Cam Newton, Marcus Mariota, you telling me that they belong in there? And so who did more for their team as an individual? Marcus Mariota when he was at Oregon or Ty Simpson?
And that's what people are failing to realize also with the Heisman. The Heisman, of course, it is majority about stats, but it's also about the impact that person had on their team. Mm-hmm. Johnny Manziel was Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. Tim Tebow, didn't he win a Heisman?
Yeah.
Tim Tebow was Florida. Cam Newton was Auburn. You gonna say Ty Simpson 2025, Alabama?
Bro, Keelan Russell can do that shit. Let's not cap. The true freshman, Keelan Russell, can do the shit Ty Simpson. He may throw more interceptions. That's cool. He absolutely would probably have more interceptions than just the one. But he could do that shit. That's not to say that Ty Simpson's not special. Both those guys are probably going to get their chance in the NFL.
Literally.
You know, in a real way. First round pick way. Both of those guys. Now what I'm saying is, you know, there's got to be, and we do overuse this word, but there's got to be some generational thing about your game when you win in the Heisman Trophy. You know what I'm saying? And Ty Simpson is just your run-of-the-mill pocket passing quarterback.
Did Sunshine win a Heisman?
No, he did not.
I know he had a crazy freshman year.
Yeah.
Trevor. Dang.
Sent DJ Uigalagale to the gulag.
Dang, he didn't. He came second. Dang, who won the Heisman that year? Oh, Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith.
Bro? You see what I'm saying? Just for shits and giggles, and then we'll move on. What was Trevor Lawrence's stats that year? Just for shits and giggles.
Let's go back. So he had 69% completion percentage, 3,100 pass yards, 3,153 to be exact, 24 TDs passing, 5 interceptions. Then he also rushed for he didn't rush too crazy. 203 rush yards and 8 TDs on the ground. So
still more touchdowns, but about the same passing. More turnovers, but about the same passing by the end of the season. So I mean, okay, cool, but you know, it's just not what. And then that's a similar guy, like a guy that was the best player or the quarterback of the best team. You know,
yeah.
You know, if you want to make the shit to NFL, by all means, go ahead. But you know, whatever. Let's move on. We don't want to give one comment or a couple comments all our energy, but we just had to address that. So you don't.
And shout out to all the comments that supported us. We appreciate y'all.
But don't think you just finna fire off shit and we not going. We don't usually respond in this manner, give y'all 30 minutes of our time. We don't usually do that, but it was warranted in this.
Yeah. Y'all questioning our knowledge when y'all ain't got no knowledge because y'all Bama fans. One brain cell.
You can't even read. I shouldn't say that.
They Bama fans, bro. Roll Tide Willies, bro. Bama gonna hate us, bro. Huh? But I could care less if Bama hates me. Bama fan, I love the state of Alabama. By the way, I love the state of Alabama. Alabama's a beautiful place. They have beautiful women, gorgeous women, good, kind-hearted people. Everybody I've talked to, and because I work in a call center as well. Everybody I talk to from Alabama, beautiful spirited people. Some of the kindest people I ever talked to in my life. But specifically, Alabama fans are the worst human beings on earth. Go ahead, put it up there.
They're not as bad as Patriot fans.
I don't know. I've at least had pleasant experiences with some Patriots fans. But I don't think I've ever had a pleasant experience with an Alabama fan. I don't think I've ever had a pleasant experience with that. Man, Auburn fans are cooler than the Alabama fans. UT fans are cooler than Alabama fans. Texas A&M fans are better than Alabama fans. I don't know what it is about Alabama fans, but they just assholes, bro. Neither here nor there. All right, guys, we're about to go ahead and wrap up the show. Like you said, we gave too much time to these special cases. Yeah, we gave too much time to these special cases. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Let's go ahead and get our DT. What is your 5 hitters for this week?
We hadn't done the hitters in a few weeks. So let's just go ahead and talk about it here. My first one, Travis Kelce. He on the way out. We all know it. Gonna do the little wedding thing, get married right off of the sunset. My dog ain't getting 43 and a half. He might get a little tutty. When the last time you seen Travis Kelce run for 43 yards? Like you know that at the end of Jason Witten, shit, the whole time of Jason Witten, his yards at the catch was terrible. Travis Kelce out there, he ain't there yet. He ain't at Jason Witten levels yet, but damn it, he close. And so I don't see a world where he getting 43 and a half. And I say go, get some catches. 43 and a half is a high number for him in these days. Drake London, get 1 touchdown, receiving or rushing. I like that. They've been targeting Drake London a lot in the red zone. Drake London had a touchdown reception, I believe, in Spain this past week. Wherever it was the international game last week. So I like that one. Baker Mayfield, more than 214 and a half. They're playing the Buffalo Bills, right? That's going to be hopefully a shootout type of game. And so I think that he can get to that number. Jackson Smith-Njigba, over 100 and a half. I mean, damn, we've been getting that every week. That's a nice little low-hanging fruit for y'all. So take that one. And then finally, Jahmyr Gibbs, more than 21 and a half receiving yards. Come on, dog. That could happen in one play for you. Yeah. I mean, the way they be feeding Jahmyr Gibbs, I think they feed Jahmyr Gibbs more than they feed Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, no cap. And so those are my 5 hitters for the week. I got Travis Kelce, 43 and a half yards receiving. Drake London, more than 0.5 touchdowns, so just 1 touchdown. A Baker Mayfield, 214 and a half passing yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba, more than 100 and a half receiving yards. And Jahmyr Gibbs, more than 21 and a half receiving yards. Those are the 5 hitters for the week.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and knock those out. Go ahead and get y'all some money, some free money. Well, it's not free, but yeah, I mean, $20. But yeah,
$200.
And we ain't even sponsored yet. Hopefully, sponsors, y'all. But let's go ahead and knock these matchups out, DT. So we got Washington at Miami in Spain, Madrid. Looks like.
Did you see what Miami did to the Bills last week? That shit not carry into another week. But then again, they are playing the Jaden Daniels commander.
That's what I'm saying.
Insane. And Marcus Mariota, that's one of my GOATs. If I could put a jersey on the wall, if I could have a jerseys in the Raptors, Marcus Mariota would be up there. I fucks with Marcus Mariota, but it ain't looking good. It ain't look good for Marcus Mariota in a while. And I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I don't even want to do that, but I seen Marcus Mariota with my own eyes. I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
Me too. Same. I'm taking the Dolphins. But it will be so Dolphin-like for them to F this up. It will be so Dolphin-like for Tua to turn the ball over in a clutch moment and not win this game. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I don't think they're gonna 2.5 point spread.
That's how you know. That's how you know this is a toss up. When they put that 2.5 or that 3 on there, they don't know what's gonna go down.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna just go Miami. I'm gonna say cover the spread. Next game we got in Atlanta. We got Carolina versus Atlanta Falcons.
I am pretty much sold on selling all Atlanta Falcons stock. I don't believe in it anymore. I'm just out. I think that the world is starting to see my Michael Penix views come to fruition. They might be the team here and there, but they're not legitimate. And so, but they're playing the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
And this game is also in Atlanta. So basically what I'm saying is I just had to shoot that stray at the Atlanta Falcons before I take them to win this game. Let me get Atlanta.
I'm going to go with the person I don't believe in, Bryce Young. So, Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers to go ahead and pull it out against the Atlanta Falcons. Because as you said, I don't believe in Penix. I just don't believe in that man, bro. I don't believe in that man at all. Like at all. Yeah. And what's crazy is he has some great, and I mean great, weapons. He just can't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Carolina Panthers. We got Tampa at Buffalo in Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York.
Buffalo can't lose no more home games. Okay, they just had the Bills go in there and stomp them out. I think New England might have beat them in there too. I'm not sure on that. We all know New England beat them, but I can't remember if it was there or somewhere else. And they need to win. And the Buccaneers are a team that can give it to them. You know, with their slow starts and trying to win games late, you don't want to be in a situation where you're trying to win the game late against Josh Allen. So let me take Josh Allen to win that game in the Buffalo Bills.
Okay. I'm going to say, I'm gonna say Buffalo as well. Bro, I want TD Baker, bro. TD Baker made money. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers, man. I feel like TD Baker gonna go ahead and do some. He gonna do something this week that's gonna put him back in the MVP conversation. Is he gonna win MVP? No, but he gonna do something this week that's gonna put him back in the MVP conversation because that's just what Baker does, bro. Look at Baker in college. He always pulls these big games out. So I'm going Bucks.
Okay.
Next game we got Houston at Tennessee in Nashville.
Ooh, the shit bowl. That is the shit bowl if I ever seen one. Ugh.
Yeah.
Boy, the Texans have fallen. Damn, is this game even gonna be televised? Lord.
Hey man, General Mills, bro.
This is kind of one of them games where you go like this. Even if CJ Stroud play, it don't even matter. It don't even matter, dog. Wait, look right now. That don't even matter. Oh shit. Whew. Let me buy Texans on this one, man. I mean, the Titans.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, you gotta put some respect on General Mills' name, bro. You
But
see that comeback last week?
It's a division game, though.
That's true. But you didn't see that comeback last week, bro? It's the General, bro.
He threw some darts.
It's the General, bro. I'm going Texas too. Because Tennessee Titans are putrid. Yes. That team is. I got Tony Pollard on my roster for fantasy.
That's rough.
Worst decision. What's crazy is, bro, I traded AJ Brown for Tony Pollard. How both teams lose that trade?
I mean, that's the lose-lose trade. I mean, it's very fair. Very fair.
I'd
rather have AJ Brown, I think, right now at this moment.
Yeah, because he due for a golf game, but then he gonna return to 40 yards a game, so
yeah,
don't need him. All right, we got your game, Chicago, Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
I think I already said earlier in the show that I think Caleb Williams will have a better game and thus win the game. So I'm gonna be consistent and pick the Chicago Bears. I think they'll win by 7 or more.
I'm gonna say Chicago too because I just don't trust JJ right now. He need more time. That's it. And that's all. Y'all not giving him enough time, in my opinion. But by next year, JJ he gonna show he got that. He really him. Then we got a game that Green Bay gonna find a fucking way to lose. Green Bay versus New York. We don't know if Jackson Dart is playing because he did have a concussion last week.
Oh, they already said that Jameis Winston started. So y'all think Jameis Winston gonna beat y'all?
Bro, find a way to lose. I'm gonna take the Green Bay Packers, and we 7.5 point favorites. I'm gonna take the Green Bay Packers.
Where's the game?
We really don't lose. It's in MetLife. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Green Bay Packers, but damn, bro, I have no faith. No crackhead pick. That's your crackhead pick, brother?
I don't know yet.
He gonna go New York?
Go ahead.
Hell no. I'm gonna go Packers. We can revisit that for DC, but I'm gonna go Packers for that one. Meet the spread 7.5. Then we got Cincinnati at Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
Now we know, will Pittsburgh give the Bengals 40? I don't know if Pittsburgh giving the Bengals 40.
I don't know either.
Now Porter looked like barbecue chicken. Porter Jr., all the holdings and all, he looked like barbecue chicken. But I would say that I'm gonna take the Steelers to win. I think the Steelers get more stops than the Bengals in a high 30s game.
I'm going Cincinnati. My boys going. I don't think the way Cincinnati been losing since they've acquired Joe Flacco. I don't see Aaron Rodgers in this current state being able to pull out like a comeback or even keep up scoring wise with the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm gonna go Bengals. Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals. Then we got Chargers at Jacksonville in Jacksonville.
Travis Hunter done for the year, unfortunately. And
they do got Jacoby Myers now.
Yes, that's true. I'm gonna take Chargers. Chargers have they're building a very, very good culture over there, and so let me take Chargers to win the game.
Okay. Right with that, I'm gonna go Chargers as well. Of course, y'all know my feelings about Trevor Lawrence. Touchdown. I'm not rocking with him, so definitely gonna take Chargers. Low scoring game, 2.5 point favorites. Yeah, I can see that. 2.5. So they're gonna beat the spread 3. It's gonna be a 3-point game. Then we got Seattle at the Rams in Los Angeles.
Oh, that's gonna be a good juicy game this week. I feel like the Seattle is a better team than the Rams. Rams got a better offense, got a better quarterback, got a better head coach, but Seattle has a better team. So let me take Seattle to win it on the road. I'm gonna step out on a limb here and trust Sam Darnold a little bit more. Let's see what he give me.
We're going Rams over here. Rams. Yep. Oh, I'm gonna say a touchdown. A touchdown because Sam Darnold gonna Sam Darnold on that at the end of the game, and a strip sack gonna happen. All right, San Francisco versus Arizona Cardinals in Arizona.
Frisco.
Nothing else to be said. Our boy came back down to earth pretty quickly. Came crashing like a mug. So, yeah.
I think Frisco. Brock Purdy back this week.
Yeah, my boy Brissett. Jacoby Brissett. Come on, man. All right, we got Baltimore at Cleveland in Cleveland. Forget the game, bro. I'm going Baltimore, but forget the game. Bro, is Shador gonna play?
No. No, he's not. Let's let Ravens vote. I'm hoping they beat him by 40. Maybe the defense needs to start giving up points intentionally to make the margins a lot wider so they can say, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you know them tickets is only $14?
I ain't going to that shit.
In Cleveland.
Right? I'm good. You could give me a free ticket to that shit. I wouldn't go. You give me a free ticket and the plane ticket, and I'm not going to see that shit. I'm good.
No, man.
Cleveland. Man, I don't want to see Dylan Gabriel play. I would love to see Lamar Jackson play, but I'm not going out there for that.
All right, we got Kansas City.
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. Shout out Cleveland. We got Kansas City at Denver in Mile High.
The city got to prove it. I know that sounds crazy to say. This is probably a better team that they've had over the last 3-4 years. Like roster building wise, it's probably one of their better teams that they've ever had over the last 3 years. But they're still a 5-4 football team. And Sean Payton is who Sean Payton is, Super Bowl winning guy. He turned the Saints into something, and they're nothing again. Let me take the Denver Broncos to win.
I'm taking Patty. That ball gonna be flying. I don't believe Denver gonna be able to keep up. I know Denver got a great defense, but they probably gonna get about 2 or 3 stops that entire game, in my opinion, which is more than a lot of people could say about the Chiefs. So they're gonna get a lot more than that. But they're not. That offense is, bro. Denver offense is bad, bro. Bo Nix is not a good quarterback, bro. I'm sorry. The last 2 games here, we got Detroit at Philly in Philadelphia.
Detroit at Philly. And that's the Sunday night game, I believe. I think Detroit sets the Philadelphia Eagles to a boil and beats them by more than 2 scores. Yeah,
I'm definitely taking Detroit. That Philly offense is bad. And like you said, bro, I don't even think they could put up 30 points, bro. I don't see it. Damn. And then lastly, here we got America's team, DT's favorite, the Dallas Cowboys in Vegas versus the Las Vegas.
I picked up Tucker, their wide receiver one. Now that they traded away old boy, I don't even know who Tucker is really, but I know the Cowboys give it up to everybody, and so I'm confident in that. And my objective at this moment in time is for the Dallas Cowboys to tank, and so I think that we need to lose this game. So let me take the Raiders.
Cowboys, stop it. Gino gonna throw a couple biscuits. He gonna throw a 2-piece meal. And you know that's saying something when it's the Dallas. Bro, Gino the type of dude who'll go the whole game without throwing a pick. In the fourth quarter being like, I think it's time to throw it to the other team. And just throw a pick. And get mad at the receiver or the ref.
What could be more Cowboys than trading for, the best defensive tackle in the NFL and getting a solid linebacker and all that to just still lose to a losing ass team like the Raiders? What could be more Dallas Cowboys than that? The answer is nothing.
Just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm taking Dallas.
Okay.
And you got one more, DT. You got to come back. Green Bay, New York.
Man, let me take them Giants. Let me take them Giants. Let me hold something. Let me get them Giants. I want them Giants. Crackhead pick of the week. Let me take the Giants. Jameis Winston finna go crazy. Go crazy on them Green Bay Packers. Crazy. And I can't even name you one offensive lineman other than Thomas, and I don't even know if Thomas still plays for the Giants. And so I know they can't block Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary in the front y'all got. But guess what? Damn it, I'm taking Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston good for one a year, regardless of who you playing for. And I think it's this one. Considering what y'all just came off of Monday, what was that, Monday Night Football it was?
We lost 2 games straight, bro. We lost to the Panthers at home, too.
See? Y'all capable. Y'all surely capable of losing this game. Let's not beat around the bush. Let me take Jameis Winston and the New York Giants to smoke the Green Bay Packers.
I'm gonna still stick with my Packers, but yeah, that's why I'm scared, y'all. Because we lost to the Panthers we lost 2 home games back to back at Lambeau. We don't lose at Lambeau, bro. And we lost to freaking Bryce Young, man.
Hey, that's a Heisman Trophy.
Man, hold on. Let me see if Ty Simpson had a better year than Heisman Trophy. Let me see. Than Bryce Young.
That's not even comparable. He definitely did.
Let me see.
Bryce Young was carrying Alabama.
Really?
Yes, definitely was.
Yeah. Next time y'all see a Zoe comment, other buddies, go ahead and downvote it. Because you know it's going to be some foolishness. Yeah, Bryce Young, his Heisman year, he had 4,872 passing yards, 4 pass CDs, and 7 interceptions.
Double the passing touchdowns. Over double.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead and Zoe. That's what you get from me. Anyway, all right, Huddle Buddies. That is our show. It's been a wonderful show. Please like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and comment. We may give you 30 minutes, depending on how stupid your comment is.
That we will respond to you if you respond to us.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're doing today.
Exactly. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a mama friend to go ahead and subscribe as well. DT, you got anything else to say?
No, sir. Great show. Hey, just support our channel, support our pod, man. Appreciate y'all for watching.
All right. Huddle buddy. Good night.